I had just shot an entire monologue on the introduction of this film, and then I realized that the tape was not rolling. So let's start over again. And we are going to be reviewing a movie that has been more of an annoyance. My friend Ryan, exiled in Summerlin, Las Vegas, Nevada, has been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me to review this film. And I finally broke down and I put it in the player today. And I've had this movie sitting on the shelf, still in shrink wrap, for years. Ever since we lived in our old place in Manteca, it's been sitting on the shelf collecting dust. And my friend Ryan has been bothering me to watch it. I think another friend or two might have recommended that I review this film as well. We are going to be reviewing Tim Burton's 1988 masterpiece, Beetlejuice. This movie would not have happened unless Pee-wee's Big Adventure was a success, which is what I read on the interwebs. And because of that, the production companies wanted him to do another film. This comes out before 1989 Batman, and it came out a year after I was born, like I said, 1988. Kind of a short movie, 92-minute runtime. And I know this movie predates Wes Anderson by at least 8 years, because I think Bottle Rocket came out in 1996. But I think this is why I enjoyed this film. It has a very Wes Anderson vibe, predating Wes Anderson. So possibly Anderson has been inspired by Tim Burton. And to me, this era of Burton, whether it's Batman, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, or Edward Scissorhands, was like Burton in his peak form, right? Where he is doing things with stop motion, great set design, a la kind of later on Wes Anderson, and it's just a very fun slash horror genre. But to me, this was more comedic. It wasn't scary. I know they kept calling it a horror film, but this wasn't scary at all. It won an Academy Award for Best Makeup. Gina Davis, Alec Baldwin, that guy that plays Ed Rooney in the that John Hughes movie, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Also, he is in Amadeus, and I think something happened with bad vibes for that guy. I don't know what his name is, and I didn't write it down. Let me look in the back of the box here. We're not going to waste your time. It doesn't matter. Interestingly enough, Dick Cavett is a cameo role in this film, and there's another guy that plays one of the superintendents on early episodes of Seinfeld. He plays like the friend, the gal that plays the mom in Home Alone. Look at how unprepared I am for this review. It's got a lot of people. What blew me away is my research unfolded. Tim Burton originally wanted to cast Sammy Davis Jr. to play the Beetlejuice character. That blows my mind. The production company had also considered Sam Kinison, I could see that, and Dudley Moore to be that main character. And Winona Ryder as a younger girl is in this movie. Great Danny Elfman soundtrack. I think this is post him just leaving Oingo Boingo, and then we got a couple original classic Harry Belafonte songs in this movie. It was filmed exterior shots in East Corinth, Vermont, with the interior filmed in Culver City Studios. So there's like this Victorian house. I'm not going to get into the plot because that's not usually what I do. I don't talk about the plot. You can go on Wikipedia and read the plot. You guys are just more interested in what I have to say about the film. I loved the movie, and it threw me for a loop because I had nothing about it. I knew nothing about this film. The Baldwin character and the Gina Davis character drive a very cool late 70s yellow Volvo 245 wagon, in which I have had several Volvos 240 series. Love those cars with the B230 engine. And they live in this Victorian house, and stuff happens. And I love the kind of chauvinistic, creepy, perverted character of Michael Keaton. My friend Ryan told me it was all ad-lib. That character is awesome. He's just chain smoking the whole time, wearing 70s tuxes with the ruffles. Reminds me of my junior prom. I love it. And it's just such a fun movie. We're going up into the high ranks here, guys. This is rare. I'm going 5 out of 5 on this movie. Rotten Tomatoes is 86%, so according to my rating system, they'd be in the 4s. IMDb, 7.5 out of 10, high 3s and the 4s, and Google users are 82%. So this movie, I just loved the characters. I loved the storytelling of Tim Burton, the set design, the different kind of animation styles that he implements into this movie, kind of like Wes Anderson's done in a lot of his other recent movies, specifically Asteroid City. I kind of got that vibe where he might have been kind of playing off of some of Tim Burton's earlier films. Interestingly enough, this was a David Geffen production company, and David Geffen was the one who recommended that they use the Michael Keaton character. And they are in the process of shooting part 2 to this film. So that's cool, and I look forward to seeing that and comparing it to the original one. 1988. It doesn't seem like a long time ago until you watch a movie from 1988, and then you realize how old you are. So this movie is 35 years old, and I am on the verge of being 36. And am I going to hold up as good as the Michael Keaton guy? Probably not. Too much McDonald's in my diet. Until next time, that's all I have to say. This should be a Halloween tradition that a lot of people watch. My wife ran out of the room terrified. Wasn't for her. Kids, they weren't interested. But I was the last man standing, and I recommend it. So that's all I have to say about that. Not a great review. I just got a lot of stuff going on in my mind right now. But I wanted to get my thoughts down on the interwebs before too much time passed. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.